Hillary Clinton tweeted her support for the president's speech this morning, saying, 7 years of progress. We need to build on it, not go backwards. Thank you, President Obama.
With us from Washington, Democratic presidential candidate and former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton. Madam Secretary, good morning.
Good morning to all of you.
The president made the case for his administration last night in the State of the Union, yet 65% of Americans think we're on the wrong track. Is there a disconnect between the president and the people?
You know, Charlie, I thought the president made a compelling case about the progress we've made, but the work that still lies ahead. And what I've been saying on the campaign is that we had a brutal body blow with the Great Recession. We're standing. We're not yet running. We have work to do. And I think this election is so consequential because, you know, there are two very different points of view between us and the Republicans, and that's what people are going to have to choose between.
But are they different points of view between you and the president about where the country is and where it's going?
I think that the president's views are ones that are rooted in a lot of reality. We have been adding new jobs. We are the strongest economy once again, as we have historically been. We remain the leader in the world on so many important issues. But, and there's a big but, and I think the president had a long laundry list of unfinished business that we need to be focused on.
Madam Secretary, the latest poll numbers have your supporters a little worried tonight. They show that Bernie Sanders is surging, just 7 points behind you now. How concerned are you about that?
I always expected that this would be a tight race. That's the experience that I've had, certainly, in politics. And I'm very happy about where my campaign is, what we're talking about, the reaction we're getting. It's going to be a campaign that goes right to the wire. I'm doing all that I can to reach out to as many people, to convince them to caucus for me in Iowa, and then to vote for me in the New Hampshire primary, and then to go on from there to South Carolina and Nevada.
You're happy about your campaign. It seems so is Bernie Sanders. Here's what he had to say about how you're doing.
When you see that many attacks, and I am sure that more will be coming, it is an indication that the Clinton campaign is getting very, very nervous. You know, for many months, they basically ignored us. Well, guess what? They're not ignoring us right now, that's for sure.
Is this your nervous face, Hillary Clinton?
No, and I just have a different sense of the rhythm of a campaign. I spent my campaign, you know, talking about the issues that people talk to me about, answering questions about what I would do as president. You know, now we're in the sprint to the finish line.
When you see the two new polls out this morning in Iowa and New Hampshire that suggest that Bernie Sanders is now ahead of you in those two key early states, Madam Secretary, what do you say when you see those numbers?
I say what I say whenever I see any poll. It doesn't matter whether they have me ahead or not. I just don't pay that much attention to them.
One of the 4 questions the president suggested for the country had to do with those who have and those who have not. But Vice President Biden suggested that you're a newcomer to the issue of income inequality.
Well, you know, I have the greatest respect for him, but I think anyone who looks at my record, starting when I went to work as a young lawyer for the Children's Defense Fund, working as a legal services lawyer, all the way up to my public service, knows that I have been fighting to even the odds for people all my life.
But more people are in poverty today than they were when the president assumed office.
Well, Charlie, that was because of the Great Recession. I mean, look at what President Bush inherited from my husband. 23 million new jobs, incomes going up for everyone, more people lifted out of poverty than at any time in our nation's recent history, and they dismantled it. You know, they had huge tax cuts. They wouldn't pay for the 2 wars that the president waged. They took their eyes off the mortgage market and the financial markets. Yes, we fell into a Great Recession, the worst financial crisis since the Great Depression. And it's been a challenge to dig us out of a ditch that the president had nothing to do with digging. And I'm very grateful that the auto industry was saved, that we have now recovered more than 13 million new jobs. But have we solved all the problems that were caused by going back to trickle-down, failed economic policies? No, we still have work to do. But I'm confident we're on the right track, and our economy is sure stronger than anybody else in the world right now.
That's why political campaigns should be about the future.
That's right.
Secretary Clinton, thank you.
Great to talk to the three of you.
Thanks.